Hello artists, Mrs. Castle here, and this time we're going to talk about the gradations. And the purpose of this video is to demonstrate doing a smooth transition from a lightest light to a darkest dark without steps like these. These are separate values. We want a smooth transition from the lightest light to the darkest dark that you can create. So I want you to do all three boxes. You're going to need maybe a 2 pencil, a 4B pencil, and our handy dandy like 8B pencil, and a kneaded eraser, and probably a pencil sharpener. So let's get down to it. I'm going to use all 3 of these pencils, and I'm going to start with my 2B, and I'm starting very, very light. I've got a very loose grip on my pencil, and I am not pressing very hard. And I am going a little bit outside the box, but we can clean that up at the end. And I'm not changing my pressure as I go down until a little bit more than halfway, because around halfway we want like a medium value, and then we're working our way towards the darkest dark. And I'm not going to get this value with this pencil. We're layering. You're going to hear a lot about layering as we go through our drawing media. That's one layer. And I'm pressing a little bit harder. Using your pencil at an angle is helpful, but be careful about the wood. When your pencil gets kind of low, go ahead and sharpen it, because the wood can scratch the paper and leave lines that you will never ever get filled in. And I'm going to, with my heart, deeper pressure. Okay, that's almost as dark as you can get with a 2B pencil, maybe a little bit darker. So I'm going to stop with my 2B. I'm going to go to my 4B. So if I shade normal pressure, that's almost as light as we can get it. Maybe there. Okay. Which is kind of somewhere around in here. So I'm going to start about there. I'm not going to start way down here with my number 4, because it's kind of twice as soft. And I'm not going all the way back to where I went with my number 4. I'm not going back this way past halfway with my next layer.
Now my 8B.
And I'm not going to go way down here with my 8B. I'm probably only going to go back a quarter of the way. And concentrate maybe on the last 1/10 of it. I'm gonna, that's kind of the same. So I'm gonna after using that very soft, or yeah, the very soft pencil, this one seems super hard, and it's difficult to be really light-handed with it. I'm trying not to drag my hand through the other thing, you know, the other graphite things, because it gets all over my hand. And I saw something online, a good fix for that, and I'll be right back and I'll show you. Okay, I have a ruler here, and I saw this great little hack for preventing smudge on your paper. I'm going to lay my ruler down on the side, my dominant hand that I used to draw with, and I'm going to lay my hand on the ruler, and that's going to keep my hand out of my graphite. And I can just slide my hand back and forth on the paper. You kind of, it's helpful if the ruler doesn't move. So I'm kind of holding it down with my other hand. Okay, so there's one gradation. I used my number 2 all the way down. And then I used my number 4 from about here down. And I used my number 8 from about here down. So keep that in mind. Let's look at, let me check my glare. Okay, there we go. Now it's easier to see. You can use 2 all the way across, 4 about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way across, and then the 8 about 1/3 to 1/4 of the way across. Okay, just because of the difference in the darkness of the lead. All right, you need to do this one. It's the same length as this one, and then I'll do this other one, but I'll be quiet while I do it, and we'll talk about it after. Oops, get my ruler to keep from smudging. Okay, let's look at this. All right. That's not bad. Maybe I could have gone a little bit lighter around in there, but looking at it in real life, this part doesn't look as dark as it does through the camera. So I will hang this up and so you can see it when we do this activity or this practice. So do all three and come see me when you're done and I'll give you pointers or approve it and then you'll be able to turn it in. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.